going on, peoples? Al York Sports with another one, man. Let me get everybody tapped in like I usually do. Let me do my due diligence. If I don't do my due diligence, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, it's gonna be a big show tonight, guys. Big show, man. 2 hours sleep, 2 shows, 8-hour graveyard shift. Still doing it, man. No excuses. Like I said earlier, I'm too old to make excuses, man. Alright, let me see who tapped in. Happy Friday, TGI Friday. Al York Sports with another one, man. Oh, we got the Philly kid in the building. You know I do this the beginning shout out, so you know if you pop up, you better expect for me to call your name out, man. Yeah, what up, Philly kid? I see you went hard this week on the giveaway. You ain't playing. You not playing. You trying to get a trophy this week. I see what you doing. Continue the good work too, by the way, man. Yeah, let me just wait till a couple people enter. Then I'll start the show. I want to give out my normal, shout out. Steve Levine in the building as always. The Ghost is always in the building. Ghost, you got to get a win, Ghost. They were saying, what's up with your man Ghost? He ain't get a win yet in round 2. I said, don't sleep on the Ghost. That's why they call him the Ghost. Okay, let's get it packed in, man. Yeah, I don't want to start till I get a certain amount of heads in the building. And then we can start the show correctly. TGI Friday, baby. Ernest Vega in the building. I try to hit you up, dog. I see you don't want no smoke. Look, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, dog. You just don't want no smoke, man. What up to Lucy Wang? Appreciate you tuning in. Very important. The more, the merrier. Let's keep them coming, guys. Before we start this show. Big show. Sportsbook Jeff, we're trying to get the X-Man back today. Hopefully I can get the X-Man back on the show. If I don't, we're going to revert back to Sportsbook Jeff. All my peoples today are all busy. I mean, I try reaching out to tons of people. Everybody busy, man. I even try to get Potato Head, but Potato Head, I guess he didn't want no smoke today. MLB starting. I thought he wanted to take on some MLB. All right, guys, let me play a little something for y'all. Then we're going to start the show. Let's get it popping, baby. Let everybody keep tapping in, baby. We got a live game right here. Equipment fitting buck 67, 58, PG-13 means everything to them. Everything to them. Sportsbook Jeff in the building. Chico Lynchton in the building, baby. I see you, dog. Yes, sir. Last shout out before we start the show, man. Are you betting that woman stuff? If it makes money, dog, I ain't mad at you. As long as you making money. If you losing money, we have an issue. Yes, sir. TGI Friday, baby. So much to do in so little time. Let's get it poppin'. Sportsbook Jeff is ready. Guns blazing and everything, man. Salute to Dewayne Beamon. Let's go. Let's start this show. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Hit the comments, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share. Do what you gotta do. Continue to participate. Muchly appreciated. Brian Ford in the building. You know I gotta shout the OG out. Okay, shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. New York City, LES to the death. You know I got to call it. Nueva York. Dewayne Beamon. I'm going to talk after I get the rest of the shout out. So before I even get to it, let me get the rest of the shout out. Shout out to Frankie Sheeb. I see you in the building, dog. Okay, credit fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix. Need advertisement? Hit me and I'll hook you up. Hit me and I'll hook you up. Simple as can be. You need instrumentals? Check my man Mac Warner. Mac Warner's an animal. Also check Bishop Brown at SOS Studios at yahoo.com. Bishop Brown, Mac Warner. Instrumentals is off the hook. Open sessions and giveaways. I keep telling y'all, tell one person. If all of y'all told one person, it'll be more the merrier. It definitely, there's no way y'all all tell one person and we don't get more people. Impossible. So continue the good work with that. And let me go to Dewayne Beamon before I start my other news. Big fight, April 2nd for my dog. This is the fight he's been waiting for a minute. All the chips are on the table. X, I looked like I could be able to bring you in, X. It got the camera thing underneath. But let's hope later on I can get you in. Everything's on the table for my man. Everything's perfect. He got who he needs around him, the right people around him. He's feeling himself, and it's not Mr. Stop Running no more. It's Beamon the Demon. Make sure you say that. Tomorrow he's going to take on in a Sugar Baby in Barranquilla, Colombia. I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that right, but it's in Colombia. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN Knockout. Go to ESPN Knockout. It's a big card of 8 fights. He's the main event. This is the information I'm giving y'all. If y'all want to tune in, here's the information. And it's going to be Dewayne Beamon, a.k.a. Beamon the Demon, 21-4-2, 15 KOs, versus Pablo Carrillo, a.k.a. Entrencito, 26-8-1, 17 KOs. Duke is definitely not a pushover, but hopefully my man puts his hands on him and turns his TV off. I need that TV turned off by the 4th, 5th round. Salute to my little brother. So happy of you. Continue the good work, bro. Let's move on to other news. We're going to go to the Diamond. MLB starts in a week. The Mets already got bad news. We're going to go to the New York Metropolitans. They aged Jacob Degrom. Will miss significant amount of time because of reaction on his shoulder, the right scapula. So what they thinking is, worst case scenario, Tommy John. Worst case scenario, Tommy John. I'm not a Met fan, but I don't even hope that for DeGrom. I love Jacob DeGrom. I've been trying to campaign him to get him with the Yankees, but we never was able to pull that off. But Jacob DeGrom, if he goes down for the Metropolitans, the Mets are going to be in super duper trouble. That's all I'm telling y'all. Let me go to other news. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my man Mad Brad, Chuck Thomas' team. Bruce Arians did something I really respect. I'm not going to really get into detail. I'm going to wait till I get my man Sportsbook Jeff. But let's just say Bruce Arians stepped down. Todd Bowles is now their new head coach at Tampa Bay. And Las Vegas, for some reason, got them as favorites to win it all. But me and Sportsbook Jeff would definitely tap on this subject. Let me go to other news. New Orleans safety Malcolm Jenkins has announced his retirement after 13 years. Jenkins came out of Ohio State, a super duper great safety, man. I mean, if you ask me, he got a couple years left. But I guess he figures they don't really got a quarterback. He know he can't win with Jameis Winston. And if somehow Mayfield get over there, it's not like when Drew Brees was there. So Jenkins, who played with the Saints, Eagles, and then back with the Saints, had a spectacular career, and he's ready to start his new career in whatever that is. Salute to Malcolm Jenkins. You always gave it your all, dog. I respect your game. Other news. This is good news right here. Ex-Seattle Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner, baby, the last of the Legion of Boom, has found a home with the champions Los Angeles Rams on a 5-year deal worth 50 M's with the ability to reach 65 M's. Now, you ask me, I think Bobby's worth a little more, but you know what? He gave him what you call basically a hometown discount, and Bobby got a lot of football on him, let me tell you that. And him being over there, you know what I mean, with that unit, it's going to be real tough. And I don't know if Donald's 100% back. I think he is, but he's playing around with it. But with Donald, Wagner, my man, like these guys, they might go right back to the chip, or they definitely going to contend. Big pickup for the Rams. I'm happy for Bobby Wagner, the last piece of the Legion of Boom. Salute to Bobby Wagner. other news. We're going to get Sportsbook Jeff in a couple minutes. Hold up, dog. Let me run through this news real quick, and we're going to bring you right in. The Los Angeles Dodgers yesterday made a trade for 2 veterans, sending outfielder A.J. Pollock to the Chicago Cubs for closer Craig Kimbrel. Both of them 134, 133. Kimbrel had a great year last year, 24 saves, 2.26 earned run average, and his whip was 0.91. I know he's a little older, but I'm going to tell you right now, I know this might sound crazy to a lot of y'all, but I like Kimbrel right now better than Jansen. And Jansen just signed with the Braves not too long ago. So I think the Dodgers got a guy that could get 3 outs that was better than last year's guy, which was Hensley Jansen. Kimbrel, as long as he's healthy, he can stay healthy. The guy get it up 90 plus, like 98. Wicked curveball, great pickup for the Dodgers as the rich get richer. Let's move on. Okay, I got to give this update of the Vegas Knights. I'm from Vegas. I've been procrastinating on this. They're in 4th place in the Pacific. Last time I gave y'all an update, they was in 2nd place. The Calgary Flames at 1st place at 40-18. LA Kings 37-23. The Oilers are 38-25, and the Knights are 37-28. Vegas Knights, y'all gotta turn it up, guys. Y'all keep this city here going, man. Let's go Knights, baby. And with that, Sportsbook Jeff, when you ready, I'm ready. Let's talk to the peoples, man. Let me get my stuff ready for Sportsbook Jeff real quick. Let me see if I... Okay, here you go. Give me a minute, guys. Already sweating, baby. 2 hours sleep, 2 shows. That's all I got to tell y'all. Sportsbook Jeff, what's going down? Hold on, let me take this piece out. Out this piece, I'm never going to hear you. Tell me something. Let me see if I can hear you, brother.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you fine. Loud and clear, baby. Okay, first of all, I appreciate your efforts. Nobody know what you have to go through to get to this point with me right here. And this is what I tell you. I go through this every week. They just see my big face and got no clue how I got here. So I want to appreciate your efforts. You have to come from bubble land to make it on time on the show. And that's what separates you from a lot of other people, dog. Because you want it. And when you want it, you go get it. Let's go right into the Final Four. You know I don't lie on my show. Me and you stunk up the joint last week. No excuses. We couldn't get a break, dog. We couldn't get a break on any game. We couldn't get a break. But we're not here to make excuses. We're here to make improvement. Still got a winning record. We still nothing to be messed with. And right now, we got 2 games tomorrow. We're giving out 3 of the 2 games. We're giving out a total extra. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give out the games, and you break down why we took that side. Copy?
All right.
Villanova Wildcats, 2-seeded versus 1-seeded Kansas, what you say Gayhawks, but they're really the Jayhawks. The line is 4.5. The total is 133 the last I looked at it. We like the plus 4.5. Give your perspective before I give mine. We like Villanova. Talk to us.
Well, being around the game long enough, the one thing I do know is when you make an announcement that somebody's going to be out of the lineup, like the Moore kid, okay?
And the line barely moved, too.
The line barely moved until today. And that's with 88% of the money on Kansas. That throws up the red flag.
Facts.
The second point is, once I see the red flag up, you got to do a little deep digging. Now, over the past 5 years, arguably, Villanova's been the premier program in the country. They've won, this will be the 3rd Final Four since 2018. They've won 2 ships. Arguably, Jay Wright is the new
Jay Wright. Love Jay Wright.
So obviously he's got time to make adjustments. I haven't been totally impressed with this Villanova team all year long. Maybe it's because of that first tournament when Purdue beat North Carolina and Villanova out on the East Coast. kind of set that tone in my head. And maybe this ain't a great Nova team, but you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, they persevered. They went through the South region. I really thought Houston was going to win that game with Villanova. They never really in the game. They were outclassed when you look at it.
Not only did they get out-coached, Jeff, they got outplayed and outshot.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all Villanova that game, but go ahead.
And you got a Kansas team here that, to be honest with you, they've overachieved. They ended up winning the Big 12 tournament. Kansas, talent-wise, is missing pieces. So, I mean, even if they had more here, it'd probably make me lean more towards Noah to start off with, just on an even Steven. But I think Villanova does enough to stay in this game, make it close. There's too much money on Kansas at this point in time. The line hasn't moved far enough. You could say, hey, we talked about first half, but I think, to be honest, the numbers are on the game, so let's not even mess with the first half. Let's just go out and say Villanova covers the spread. They go toe-to-toe with Kansas, who really, let's face it, has not been challenged in this tournament like they should have been challenged. They had the easiest road through the tournament, and I think now let's find out what Kansas is made of. And I think they can find it to be a very close game.
Right. Now, it's obvious to say the Jayhawks got the better talent. We know that. But I think Jay Wright and his game planning with a team that barely does anything wrong, Jeff. They do everything right. They box out. They make their free throws. They make their open shots. A team like that, and if they ball control this game, oh, they might be up the whole game, Jeff. Even without Justin Moore, who's one of their top 3 players, Samuels, Gillespie, and Moore. I love Moore. It's hurting me that he's not playing tomorrow. Hurting me. But this team is beyond Justin Moore. Right. They a team. So it's going to be next man up. But of course I want more in there. You give me 4.5 and more, I'm going heavy to the books, knowing that what I know now with the percentage all on Kansas.
Well, one thing I will say is, too, I'm really looking forward to the second half number of this game. Right. We do expect Villanova to be up. I expect to be up at halftime. But Villanova is probably the best shooting team that Kansas faced in the tournament. They hit their threes.
And most disciplined. Most disciplined.
They don't turn the ball over. And, you know, Kansas is a big-time second-half team. So, Villanova, if Miami was up 6 before the big run when Kansas is the Final 8 game, Elite 8 game, I mean, Villanova, if they play the same game as Miami, they might be out double digits. You know, Kansas have to come back from that. And then when you don't turn the ball over, you don't make mistakes, it makes it a little harder to come back. And I think Kansas, if you think about it, they have the easiest road. At some point in time, they're going to get challenged. And I think it starts right here.
I agree. And like I said, I love Villanova's discipline. Jay Wright's been here many times. You called it out. And let's go Wildcats, at least to cover the 4.5. That's all we looking really to do. How much do you like them on the money line before we go to game 2, Jeff?
Well, if you want to, what I'd probably do is I would wait before I place a bet on this game to see if you get 5. Maybe you get 5.5. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you can even buy it up to 5. I mean, you could get it minus 120
now for probably 10 cents. But I'm just saying that let the public bet it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let the public bet it up. And I'd say if you want to sprinkle, you know, if you got 20% of your bet on the spread and put that on the money line, why not?
Right, right. And sprinkling meaning, guys, maybe put 10% of what you betting on the game. That's all a sprinkle means. He's not saying match what you're doing for the game to do it for the money line. No, just 10%, 15% of what you normally betting. Try to get both wins. Okay, let's go to game 2. The game everybody waiting for. North Carolina Tar Heels and the Duke Blue Devils. Do I have to say any more than that, dog? This is the kind of game that sells itself. We got
even if you hate North Carolina and you hate Duke and you're not a fan, if you're a fan of college basketball, this is probably the game of the decade. So, I mean,
No, they never met in the Final Four.
Right.
I didn't know that.
It's never happened.
I didn't know that.
All the Dickie V's out and everybody out for this game, you know. And the intrigue is, I mean, think about it. You got Duke having played the last game of Cameron for Coach K, gets knocked off the floor by Carolina on Coach K Day. You know, one of the stories I read leading up to the tournament was Coach K really yelled at the boys during that game and said they had to improve. He walks away that night over the weekend and thinks about it. He's like, I got to change. And one of the reasons for the Duke run right down this tournament is Coach K, that's what makes him so great, recognizes he had to change his approach and timing with the boys, and he changed that. He sat down, he communicated with them, said, hey, we're going to take a different way of doing this, and that's why they're getting hot. So, I mean, again, a big thumbs up to when you're the best coach, you recognize you can't be stuck in the way you do things. Sometimes you got to change. And, that's what great coaches do. So, thumbs up to Coach K there. On the Carolina side, you got Hubert Davis. I mean, a double thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? First
great job by you,
coach in North Carolina, all the pressure, had a tough regular season. Okay. I give this guy all the credit in the world, okay, for getting his team to the Final Four. I'll be honest, they earned it.
They earned it. We didn't take another away from the Tar Heels. Nothing.
Marquette, the defending national champ Baylor team, UCLA, and I tell you what, doing what I thought the Purdue Boilermakers should have done. You put your foot on that little bird's throat and says, no longer
the
Peacock
Day.
Baby. Now they're having Happy Peacock Day to have the bird in the oven. The bird's in the oven right now.
Yeah, they're in the oven. But listen, real quick.
In Tar Heel country.
Yeah, let me get my perspective first. Guys, don't be upset with me. I know earlier on the Dewayne Beamon show I was leaning on North Carolina with the 4.5 early in the show. Me and Jeff did a whole lot of talking. There's been a lot of money coming in on the Tar Heels. Now, we like to bet numbers a lot of times. A lot of times we bet off instinct. We're going to go with the Blue Devils on the money line. It's going to be a little costly. I think minus 180, minus 190. We think Coach K gets to the chip. We're not saying he's going to win the chip. We think he gets to the chip, Not only that, he got embarrassed in the last home game to this team right here. So if you don't think that Duke is going to be ready for this game tomorrow, then you don't know nothing about basketball. Duke is showing out. Now, I don't know if they're going to cover that 4.5, but me and Sportsbook Jeff likes them going to the next level. Anything you want to add on, Jeff, before we move on?
Just the perspective of 25 years, being a coach. I can tell you when I get embarrassed by a team, okay, especially on a big day.
It's a big X.
You don't want to see me again. You don't want to see me again.
Yep.
Okay? Because it's going to go back the other way. And I can tell you, since that was a big turning point for that Duke program, I might even throw the points out the window and think Duke covers the spread at this point.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, because I'd say there's not going to be any let-up in that game. There's not.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you right now. If you think each and every individual of them boys does not know that they embarrassed Coach K that night, Coach K ain't going to say that, though. He thanked them for working hard, playing hard. Believe me, they know they let him down that night. They know that. They showing up tomorrow. Now, I think this is going to be their championship, though. I think they show out tomorrow, and they might be flat on Monday night, Jeff. That's just my opinion.
Well, I think that's why you and I, like I was telling you before we discussed the Final Four, I think emotionally the winner of this game is at a big disadvantage come Monday night. You got a 48-hour turnaround. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than Duke Carolina in the Final Four.
Yeah, this should actually be the championship again.
Right. So I think there's a big advantage, okay, on every level for the team that wins that other game between Kansas and Nova. Okay? Really, truly is. Because they're mostly not going to be spent. Even think about, let's say Duke wins this game. How high is Duke going to be come Saturday? You're going to be so high.
Yeah.
From beat Carolina that. And a lot of times you let your guard down, and you're facing the next Coach K. Do you think they care? They haven't been that high yet. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to take your emotions up this high. There's always a down. So,
Right.
I mean, I think there's a big advantage Monday night to the winner of the Villanova-Kansas game.
There you go. And also, we agreed upon the under 151.
I agree. I think it's going to be an under because if Duke covers the spread, it's going to go under. Okay?
Yeah.
I think they're going to play some defense. The one thing I like to always cover myself with that is these two teams play so many damn overtime games. That's what scares the shit out of me when it comes to playing unders in a Duke Carolina game.
We stay away from the overtime. We get the under 151. It hits the overtime, like you said, that's where we might get clipped at.
Right. That's what scares me.
So guys, 3 picks. Let me rephrase them. Give them bow, then me and Jeff's gonna move on. We like Villanova Wildcats plus 4.5. Duke Blue Devils money line. Unless you want to sprinkle that 4.5, a little bit on the 4.5, we like them the money. No, -4. Money line's about 180, 190. And
if you get 4.5 out there, buy the half point. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
the lower
right.
you get the Duke number, buy it down.
Right. But we recommending the money line more than anything. And last but not least, the under 151 in the same game. Copy? Okay, so we got that out the way. Jeff, let's go to other news real quick. This is the topic I definitely want to tap in with you. Bruce Arians stepping down from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let me tell you something, dog. I got so much respect for what he did. And I'm going to explain to you why real quick, and then you can take the floor. If he would have left, knowing Tom Brady wasn't coming back, I would not have felt the same. I would have thought he's handing up Todd Bowles, a team that he knows can't win. But the fact that the GOAT or the runner-up to the GOAT is back in the league, and he knows that, and the way he loved Todd Bowles, from Todd Bowles playing for him, Todd Bowles teaming up with him in Arizona, they got a friendship that goes through the roof. And what he did right here, he set his friend up to win. I love this move by Bruce Arians. You can tell he's not greedy, because who wouldn't want to coach this team who are favored to win it all right now in Las Vegas? Salute to Bruce Arians. Major respect for him. Your take on Bruce and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I agree 100%, Al, with every word you said about it. You know, being an Arizona Cardinal fan and loving Bruce when he was there, I think Bruce should be the poster child for how you set, and do things the right way with regards to all the bad things we're having with the Rooney Rule right now. I mean, he took Byron Leftwich before he was on the radar, and he was the offensive coordinator in Arizona.
Great point.
He took Tom Moore, who Tom Moore has been an offensive guru with the Colts for a long time in Pittsburgh, and put him underneath Byron to kind of anchor him as a mentor to get Byron ready for that.
Yep.
He had Todd Bowles over there as a defensive coordinator, over in Arizona. And also Bruce, at both locations, had a female on the staff, the coaching staff. And I think, instead of, talking about it, Bruce has proven to be about it. Okay? And I tell you what, that's where I give respect. When you start doing things based on a person's merits versus the color of their skin or where they come from, I'll tell you what, that's a true man right there. Okay?
Indeed.
I want to give, a double thumbs up that I'm proud to have had him as my coach. Okay?
Jeff, they're saying that they can't hear us. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, we hear each other perfect. I got somebody saying no sound and somebody saying they froze. So it's ironic how me and you hear each other, but they can't hear us now.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's the server, man. They see us cooking up some good stuff, and they just can't take it. I don't know why.
And I think the reason why Bruce Arians will probably be one of my all-time favorite coaches when I coached, and I coached in a very white area of Chicago with my program, and I had all types of minorities in there, and I got bombarded for years, okay? And they didn't understand it, and I didn't give a shit, okay? And when I look about Bruce Arians, that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? It's about what you can do. If you have a team of all whites, all blacks, all Hispanics, all Asian, you're never going to have the best team. You have to have everybody from different parts bringing stuff in there to make you the best. And on top of that, if you have everybody, like in today's world, I'm kind of venting a little bit, in corporate America, they want the cookie cutter. Well, Bruce Arians, thanks for not being a cookie cutter. Because you know what? Having an opinion from all these different levels, that's what makes you great. Because if one jumps off the bridge and you're a cookie cutter, they're all going with you. So you know what, Bruce Arians, thanks for being a pioneer of what everything's supposed to stand for. Thumbs up.
Buddy, he did something that I would say 99% of the coaches would never do. You got a team that's ready to go right back to the Super Bowl. And he hooked his partner up terrifically. And we all know that. We all know Tom Bowles' 26-41 career record with the Jets. I think a couple games in Miami. Had a horrible situation with the Jets, but I think he's set up to win. Unlike with the Jets, he was set up to lose.
He was.
Big difference. And not to mention, Arians is still around. He said he don't know his job identity yet, but he's still with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they should be ready to go. Brady, Tabo's second stint, look out for the Buccaneers again. Any last words on this topic before we move on?
No, but I'm rooting for the Bucs to do it because I hope that it has a storybook ending for Todd Bowles, not for Tom Brady.
Okay, real quick, NFL made a new rule change. We got about 8 minutes, and I'm going to try to get the X-Man in real quick. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the rule change, but I just found out it's just for the playoffs. So that kind of might change my mind a little bit because in the playoffs, if it goes to overtime, you would like both teams to touch the ball. I kind of agree with the playoffs, but if it would have been for the regular season, I would not like it. And the rule is that both teams must touch the ball. A couple years ago, there was sudden death, which meant one team get a field goal, game is over. Lately, it's been where if a team get a field goal, you get the ball back. Me personally, if you give up a touchdown, I personally feel you shouldn't get the ball. That's how I personally feel in overtime. But if it's for the playoffs, Jeff, stakes are higher. So you want to make it as even as possible. That's why I kind of agree with it in the playoffs. And I hope they don't make it a regular season rule. Your take real quick.
Well, I'm going to give you two takes on it, okay? First thing is, I finished out of the top 50 in the circa million contest this year by 3.5 points. I lost 4 games in overtime where the other team never touched the ball.
I could concur. I was there with you.
And I would have been in the top 50, okay, and gotten paid if that rule was in existence for the whole time, which is not going to be. But the reason I bring that point up is that you don't play 60 minutes for a coin flip to decide. Because anymore, there's so many powerful offenses out there. The defense are at such a disadvantage with the rules, okay? It's a big edge to win a coin flip. What does it have to do with the blood, sweat, and tears of the first 60 minutes you played? It has
but
zero
it used to be called sudden death, Jeff. Overtime, it's not like in baseball, extra innings, both teams have to bat up. Basketball, where, you know, both teams get 5 minutes. Football is different. It was always sudden death.
Correct. And the fact of the matter is, though, is that it still was a bad rule back then. But the offenses weren't as powerful back then. They put all these rules in with PI and hands with the line and everything else to benefit the quarterback. The hits on the quarterback. Can't hit him low. Can't hit him high.
Right.
You can't take a step. I mean, all this stuff didn't exist back then when they had that overtime rule. So it'd be
that's a great point, Jeff. Offensive got a lot of more, props now. So I can see where you want both teams to touch the ball. But like I said, playoff football, I don't have an issue with it. I have an issue with it regular season football. I think it's watering it down a little bit. But in the playoffs, the reason why I understand, because how hard is it to make the playoffs? So you want to make sure that both teams have equivalent chances to win, not by a coin flip. But regular season, I don't like it at all. And they're not doing it like that. So salute to the NFL. I like the fact that they're only making it for the postseason. Jeff, we got 5 minutes. Jimmy Garoppolo staying put with the Frisco Niners. I think it's a smart thing because you don't know if Lance is ready. We don't know if Trey Lance is ready to take on this football team. So now you have insurance by having both of them. Do you like that Jimmy G stood, or you think the Niners, Lynch and Shanahan, should have moved on without Garoppolo?
Well, there wasn't anything they could do yet. He had shoulder surgery the offseason. He wasn't healthy enough. He wasn't going to pass a physical. So no matter what they want to do, it wasn't going to matter. Nobody's going to take him until he proved himself to be healthy. That's number one. But number two, you got a guy that's been to two NFC title games and a championship game, and you think that guys like Matt Ryan and some of these guys have done it one time or none at all are worth Deshaun Watson? They're getting all this. Why is San Francisco panicking to trade him? There's no reason to. Holding on to him is going to build his value. There'll be a quarterback that goes down in camp. There'll be a quarterback that goes down early in the season. And you know what? They're built to make the Super Bowl that year or to compete, and they don't want to lose their season. At that point in time, his value is going to be the highest. Okay? That's when he strikes.
Yeah, but if he's playing good ball, you might not want to mess with that though, Jeff. Let's say he's lighting it up. You're not going to trade him if he's lighting up. If anything, they might get rid of the young boy if they're going to go that route. Because if Jimmy G, let's say he's lighting it up, you know what I'm saying?
Right. They're not going to get rid of the young kid. He's going to play, for better or for worse. Rich or poor, death to his part, that kid's going. Okay?
Yeah, but John Lynch, let me tell you something. John Lynch is not going to play them because they picked them 4th or 5th overall to lose a chance of winning the championship if Jimmy G is doing a better job. No.
But the understand that Jimmy G is not going to start.
John Lynch wants to win now. Shanahan wants to win now. You understand me?
Correct. I'm just telling you, the kid's starting from day one at this camp, okay? The only time he may not start, he gets hurt, or it's just such a bad period to start the year, they bring Garoppolo in. I'm just telling you, they got to let the kid get out and get his feet wet. Got you.
Okay, so, Jeff, let me try to get X-Man in. Stay by. If I'm having technical difficulties, you come back in like you just did.
Real quick, in case I don't come back in, the one point I want to say is, as a St. Louis native and Cardinal fan, what a ride it's going to be seeing the three big heroes of the last 2 decades get to ride out the sunset together, being Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, and the signing of Albert Pujols. And the funny thing is, they celebrate Albert Pujols' first game back with his wife having brain surgery as he plays his first game down in the preseason. Yeah, Deidre had a 99% of a node removed. Okay, but they scored 29 runs at a game against the Nationals down there. Don't underestimate the magic. I'm going to tell you the magic of the Cardinals. When they're the best team, the Cardinals don't win the ship. But when they have that it factor going, okay, and I think they're going to have that it factor going this year. I think I'd go on and live and say I think Pujols hits the 21 home runs, just because he finds that fountain of youth one more time to get to 700, and look out for the Cardinals in the playoffs. And I know they're missing a lot of pieces. They're starting pitching and Flaherty out.
But Cardinals always get somebody to step up, man. I mean, if I had to compare the Cardinals to a football team, it would be the Pittsburgh Steelers. always in the mix, always right there at the end to try to make the playoffs. I mean, the Cardinals been a great team for decades. I mean, I could go back from Ozzie Smith, Tommy Hurd, Pendleton, Jack Clark, John Tudor. Let me stop while I'm ahead. You know what I'm talking about. That's your team. And they always put out a product. And when they let Matheny go, I was really surprised. Really surprised. Because he did a great job as far as record-wise.
The problem with Matheny and why Matheny was let go, Matheny was running a Bible group in the clubhouse in St. Louis. And if you weren't part of this Bible group, you didn't play. Wow. That was the problem with Matheny.
Yeah, that got him out of there. Okay, Jeff, we don't get you back. Great job. Enjoy your day. But if we get you back, then you back right on. Let me try to get EV in the building.
All right.
Okay, not EV, X-Man. Let me say it right. X-Man. I'll get right back to you, Jeff. Okay, brother. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to try to get the X-Man in here. Let's see if it's possible. Okay, hold up. I got to find his name. I seen his name pop up earlier. He was tuning in. I hope I got the ability to bring him right in. Let's see if we can bring him right in. Oh, they're saying can't join it at this time. X-Man, throw me a request. They don't work, then we gotta get a new phone, bottom line. Throw me a request, bro. Let me see if I can get you on here. I can't even, your name's not even popping up here. All right, this is it. We don't get it in, we're going back to Jeff. Okay, Egg, sorry. No go. Let me try one more time. Nope. Yeah, I can't continue to do this, X-Man. I'm sorry. You got to get the new phone. We got to get you on somehow. I really wanted to nip it up with you with the MLB, but Sportsbook Jeff, come back in. I don't want the people's waiting too long because I know how it is, the time span in a mind. So, Jeff, come back in. Let's get him. Sorry about that, X. You know I wanted you in, bro. Told you we might be right back. Okay, Jeff, let's go to the diamond. We was just on the diamond with the Cardinals, but let's go back to the diamond. I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and to your best ability, break it down like you always break it down. Will the New York Yankees make the playoffs? Yes or no? Explain for us. Go ahead.
Great question. I'm going to lean to yes, but not a strong yes. Obviously, they made some changes in the offseason to shore up the very right-handed oriented batting order that the Yankees had this year to get some more lefties in there. I almost think the Yankees, in a sense, are in a hold pattern waiting for these 2 young shortstops they keep talking about, Volpe and I forget the other kid's name, to come up. And they're about 6 months to a year away. The problem with the Yankees here is starting pitching, always will be starting pitching. Everything you do in baseball when you win, and this is as a longtime baseball coach, is pitching with strong up-the-middle defense, catcher, second, short, center, okay? And those are really positions the Yankees are weak in, okay? They built their team from the outside in instead of the inside out. You know, you got your Judge, you got your Stanton, you got your Rizzo, you know. The problem is, though, again, is that your strength of your team, and you're great, is up the middle. And they haven't been strong up the middle, and they've been a lot lacking depth in starting pitching. Some of that's injury-related. Some of that's guys did get it done when they signed them as free agents. They haven't really homegrown much starting pitching of late. So do I think they'll get there? Yeah, they're going to outslug people. You know what I'm saying? The old Earl Weaver 3-run home run baseball. But do I think they're going to go very far? I don't. Starting pitching wins when it comes playoff time, unless they make some differences during the season, trades, whatever. Guys get healthy, start stepping up. The Yankees don't have enough pitching to go far.
Okay, you ready for my answer?
I know it's your team.
Absolutely not. Too many holes. I'm a diehard Yankee fan, but I'm a realist. We're not making the playoffs. We did nothing to improve our situation. We re-signed Rizzo, which I like that. We need pitching. We didn't make the pitching staff better. We need contact hitters. We didn't do that. We need a primary shortstop. We didn't do that. We need a catcher. We didn't do that. Too many good teams in the American League. We're not making the playoffs, dog. I mean, so many good teams in the American League. I had a long talk with my boy Philly Jacino, longtime Yankee fan since the 70s. He's saying it might be their worst year ever. Now, the only way we can shock the world, we need about 3 people to have career years. Aaron Judge, Silverino, and maybe LeMahieu or Stanton. But we're going to need 3 people at least to have career years. I don't even think one of them is going to have a career year. I think we're in a bad situation. Yes, we got talent, but we got too many holes. You know, when you got holes, it's an issue.
And they're not hungry. Toronto's hungry.
Yes.
Okay. They're hungry.
The Rays stay hungry. How many years the Rays have been bad in baseball? Since they started.
But I'm going to tell you this Toronto team's going to win 100 games this year. And I think they win the division going away. Despite how tough of a division it is, this Toronto team just gets better and better. They're not going back.
Better.
And I believe this is Toronto's year to win that East with a chance to go forward.
I like the White Sox, too. Don't sleep on the White Sox. A lot of young, good hitters. The only thing, they lost Rondon. That's big for their pitching staff. They still got a lot of great arms, but Rondon was huge. Huge for them. But I like the White Sox, too, bro.
I agree with that. And American League West is going to be the best race during the year. I think you got 4 teams fighting. I don't think the A's are going to be there this year. In fact, the biggest thing with them is when they get back from Manaea and Montas when they finally pull the trigger.
Right.
But I think the Angels have done enough to be in the picture. Seattle's definitely going to be there. Houston obviously lost a big leader in Korea. So we'll see how it happens there. And Texas made a lot of big moves in the offseason. They're still probably 4th on my list. But to me, I'm rooting for those Mariners to get over the hump.
Now, let me ask you real quick. Does Mike Trout, does he come all the way back this year?
Only time's going to tell. I mean, when's the last guy?
He might not even be the best player on his own team anymore.
No, he might not. I mean, they're loaded over there on the everyday lineup there for the Angels. But again, here's an Angels team like the Yankees, outside in. We were talking about moving like, who are they talking about moving over? The little guy, David Fletcher, to play shortstop. You got a problem. Obviously a catcher. You know, obviously Trout's a Gold Glove center fielder, but he's only out there 40 games at a 160. What about the other 120?
See, but Trout wasn't really injury prone to lately. You know, he always found a way to get on the field.
For 3 or 4 years. I can't remember the last time he's played a full season.
Right, but before that, I mean, he played every game basically. I don't know if time caught up to him. I don't know if he's just having bad luck. But if the Angels have any chance, Mike Trout's got to show out this year. Has to show out.
All I can tell you is this. These GMs, here's a message out for the Al York Sports Show to these GMs out in baseball. You want to win, it starts with pitching, and up the middle defense. That's why you win. You got to have a shortstop that can play, a center fielder, a catcher.
There
you
get
all that, you're done. You shut everything else down.
Let's go to the next one. We got about 5 minutes. Will the New York Metropolitans win their division, the National League East? Yes or no, and why? We got 5 minutes, so I need you to cut the fat out the steak real quick. Go ahead.
I'll go real quick. No. The Degrom news is crippling. They're already at the upper level of the new bargaining agreement. I know this owner don't give a shit about paying no money out, okay? But here's what I'm going to tell you. If I have to go on a limb for the East this year, I'm going to actually go down the road a little bit, and they're missing a few pieces. But that Phillies team, I really like. You know, they're going a different approach. They're not going defensive. They're going big-time offense. You had a Cal Schwarber with a Castellanos, and you've already got the MVP of the league, okay? You got something going on in that outfield, okay? If they're pitching, all you do is throw some strikes here, okay? And I know Atlanta, you know, they're gonna be there. You know, obviously their best player was out most of last year with the injury. You know what I'm saying? But
Harper's got to have another great year for that to happen. For all that to happen.
But you know what? I like the Phillies here. I think the Phillies outslug everybody and win the division this year.
Oh, that little ballpark, bro. You just said Castellano, Schwarber, Harper. I mean, they deep, man. The Phillies are deep. Now, can they get people out when they need to get people out is the question. Okay, real quick, let's move on. Last question. Give me 3 teams, just like we did in the NCAA tournament, that you think could win the World Series. 3 teams that just pop up in your head right now, and I'm going to shoot you 3 myself.
Well, the first team I'm going to go with is the team that is probably the most disappointing team last year, but I'm going to pick them this year again, is the San Diego Padres.
Okay.
The Padres are making some under-the-radar moves, and they're in trade talks for Brian Reynolds for the Pirates right now with some of their excess pitching. They're kind of getting it where you got to have a defensive-oriented up-the-middle lineup, and they want Reynolds to play center field. That defense, more contact hitting. They've got the pitching there. You're getting Clevenger back.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Clevenger, we don't know what he's going to put out, though. What he had, Tommy John, right?
Right.
We don't know what they're getting out of him.
Right. I think the Giants take a major step down, okay, this year. I think the Dodgers are taking a half step down, okay.
Dodgers are still loaded, man. Did you see that lineup with Freddie Freeman? Man, they still loaded.
They're loaded, but I'm still saying step down, Dodgers. Padres.
I don't know about a step. I say maybe
I'm not saying
quarter
make the playoffs, but I'm just saying that I think the Padres are going to be the class of the NL West this year, just a year behind. So that's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, we kind of already
speed it up.
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
The Blue Jays, I think, have done everything right for 2 years. The kids have gotten more experience, have gotten older. They made some more pitching moves. Losing to Ray is a big deal, but they got the kid from San Francisco to come over there. Even though both of them were kind of projects, but Kevin Gausman. So, I mean, I like the fact that the Blue Jays are continuing to add until they get there. So I like the Blue Jays, the second team. The third team, and like I said, this is gonna be a little bit of a homer pick for me, but the St. Louis Cardinals. I just feel like
you always biased with your team.
These are the kind of years that the Cardinals, nobody's talking about them, but these are the kind of years I know of my team that they're there, and having that honeymoon giveaway to Yachty and Pujols and I still remember the last game you played in a Cardinal uniform, Mr. Pujols. I was there for Game 6 and Game 7, which I still say that Game 6 is the best game ever played. So I was there. It's going to be great for him to go out on top. But I think the Cardinals have a little something special.
Give me your teams, right? 1 through 3, right again.
Again, 1 Padres, 2 Blue Jays, and sentimental, but not really, number 3 Cardinals.
Well, I can't sleep on your Cardinals, so I'm not mad you went there. I'm just mad that I know you was biased about that. If you wasn't a Cardinal fan and you said that, I would have been totally with you. Okay, real quick, my 3 teams, I'm torn between 2 teams, so I'm going to put them as 1. Now, I'm not hedging out. I'm just really torn. White Sox and Jays. I think that's 1 right there. I mean, you always got to put the Dodgers in the mix. When you got pitching and hitting, and they just won a couple years ago, the Dodgers is always going to be in the mix, no matter what. And last but not least, I can't forget the Tampa Bay Rays, who every year, whether they lose starting pitching or not, coach is doing a magnificent job of the next man up. Rays know how to play baseball. So I like the Rays there also. Those are my 3 teams. Jeff, last words, because I got to do the giveaways. The people are waiting on the giveaways.
Well, my last words are my last words. I'm all talked out from doing extra time. You got to pay me that extra money, Al. Where's that money at? Show me the money.
Well, I did you a favor, so I don't want to get into it. That shit counted something.
Yeah, it does, baby.
All right, Big Jeff, thank you as always. Like I said, great job making it to the show. I know what you have to overcome. You did it. Go get your money. We're going to talk later on, big boy.
All right. Peace.
Okay, guys. Okay. Sportsbook Jeff, hold it down, dog. We couldn't get the X-Man in. Oh, X-Man got a lot of heat for you guys. You guys got no clue how much heat my man got, but we can't get him out of prison. We got to get him out. We got to bail him out somehow. I'm going to have to do whatever I got to do to bail him out. But let's get it started. The giveaways. Good luck to everybody. I love this big instrument. I told you that. Life's a lot easier. I'm going to tell you how easy it got. The difference between having an old-fashioned iron and the steamer. Steamer is so easy to rock, man. So easy to pull out. This is the steamer right here. 1 through 20, round 2, giveaway 1. Good luck to everybody. Let's get it. You see, I do everything so y'all can see me. No funny shit. One through 20. Let me give y'all an update. Raul once again came out the gate storming. Round 1, he was the quickest to 5 before anybody got to 2. Now he's at 3. So Raul got the lead right now. I'm kind of throwing a kibosh on him, but he don't know. Okay, let's go. Let me marinate these bad boys. Giveaway 1, round 2. Let the best person win. All right, here we go. Let's get that winner, baby. We got a winner, baby. 1 ball, y'all see it, right? This is too easy, baby. Too easy. Number 1. Number 1. Keith Vega back in the building, baby. Salute to Keith Vega, baby. Back in the building. First win in round 2. He had 5 wins in round 1. Keith Vega is your round 2 giveaway 1 winner tonight, guys. Salute to the OG, baby. Let me get these out, move these quick. Let's do the next one. Round 2 coming up. Keith Vega is your giveaway 1 winner, guys. Keith Vega. Now we doing 21 through 40. Two hours sleep, guys. 2 shows, 8-hour shift, graveyard, 2 hours sleep, no excuses. I hope I inspire a lot of you guys. I hope. Too many of y'all laying down too much. Ain't no time for that. Bills got to be met up with, man. Tell you one thing that never stops, and that's bills. It never stops. If anything, it increases. That's real talk. Round 2, giveaway 2. Let's get it. I might marinate this a little longer. Keep your feet down. Let's go. All I'm saying, Raul wins again, I might jump out the window. So if you don't see me no more, it's because I jumped out the window. Here we go. Okay, we got a winner, baby. We got a winner. You see it right there. I know you see it. Another thing, too, these balls are swollen. So we're dealing with swollen balls right now. Round 2 winner. Number 24. 24. That'll be my little man Tango, baby. Wow. He almost didn't play this week. He was like, yo, Al, I can't win. I just can't win. Tango's your winner, number 24, whose number, that was Gambino's number, who stopped playing for a little while. So Gambino gave up a slot that he had locked up in. Tango's your winner at number 24, guys. Don't go nowhere. Let me give you a quick summary, and we out of here. Okay, guys. Don't forget, Dewayne Beamon. I came out with a video earlier. Make sure y'all tap in. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. Salute to my man Beamon. All the marbles on the table for him, man. Praise up. My man been waiting for this moment. I'm not going to say his whole life, but for a long time. And I believe in that when it's your time, it's your time. And I'm just hoping my man go out there gun blazing, man. Turn this dude TV off by no later than the 4th, 5th round. Salute to my guy, win or lose. I love you, dog. It ain't about win or losses. I know I got the wins and losses shirt, but it's not about wins and losses when it comes to you, dog. You family, win or lose, and I'm letting you know that. I'll probably be the first motherfucker to call you if you lost, but we're not thinking loss. You're winning. You're winning and you're moving on. Sportsbook Jeff came in today. I can't tell you what he had to go through to make the show. Major salute. Let's just say he was an hour away, and he had an hour and 10 minutes to be prepared, and he made that happen, driving 80 miles per hour just to get to the show on time. Major salute to Sportsbook Jeff. X-Man, I'm really feeling X-Man. X-Man's down to give y'all some smoke. Y'all know the hater. The hater's always going to throw some hating shit, but with some facts. That's how the hater get down, and I got to get my man back in because I miss talking to the hater. I really do. We got to get him back on. We cover the MLB coming back. We cover the NFL, the rule change, Garoppolo. I mean, so many stuff that we covered today. NCAA March Madness Final Four, gave out the free plays. What else you guys want, man? And with that, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for the winners this week, Keith Vega and Chango. So we got new flavor right now, tasting the pudding. You can't be mad at that. I love new flavor because I like the world spread out. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep everybody happy. And with that, thank you guys. I love you guys. Al Your Sports, the raw truth. No drinking and driving. Y'all already know. Love.